Guys, it is Thursday, February the 17th, 2022. Welcome to the Zodiac Chatline. I am your host, Tanae, with my lovely co-host and sister moon, always friend, Cassie.
Hey,
What's up, girl?
Not much. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for
Yes,
joining us
we
tonight.
see you. We see you. Hey, we have one of our former guests, and I see a future guest. Yes, hey, Miss Janine, girl, we is ready. We got 2 weeks. We cannot wait. Yes, we have the Leo up in the building.
Mm-hmm. So, what are we talking about tonight?
Speaking of Leo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good segue.
Right. First of all, before we segue,
Mm-hmm.
it's a Q&A episode, guys. I hope you brought your questions. Please pop them in the chat. We have a few to talk about. There were comments, emails, etc. We want to talk about more. So, questions all night long.
Or, just until we can, but all night long.
Yeah. Within 30 to 40 minutes of questions.
So we're going to just recap. This has been a full week, i.e. the Leo full moon that happened yesterday. She was gorgeous. If you got chance to step outside and bask in all of her lovely shining glory, you should have. It was amazing. And Leo full moon has been interesting, I think, to say the least, for myself and others. The Leo wants to shine, and sometimes, the ego thinks that we should shine brighter, and we are sadly mistaken on that.
You risk flying too close to the sun on the Leo full moon.
Yeah,
a little overconfident, a little prideful.
Yeah, and so full moons usually illuminate things at which we either are hidden or something that we just really need to see. And for this full moon, I think it not necessarily ego flaws, but places in where our pride was probably overstretched, or we were just our ego was leading the way instead of just our conscious mind or our higher self. So and it also could have taken place in partnerships and relationships, whether it be family relationships or sibling relationships or even romantic relationships, where you might have seen something about your partner and you're like, oh, I don't know about that. So I like, full moons. It's now waning today, so you're going to probably still feel the energy for the rest of this weekend-ish. It's going to take a little while to kind of wane off, but we are then moving into lovely
Pisces
season.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow-ish at some point. So we are slowly transitioning me from the Aquarius, like, okay, collective, let's be out here and be social, to the Pisces, like, mystic, soulful, dreamy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're winding down the wheel of the zodiac. We've gotten now to the very tomorrow we will have gotten to the very last sign, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. It is the land of daydreams, the border between reality and fantasy, the spirit world and the material world.
All of that.
I find Pisces season myself personally to be a difficult one. I think
Really?
I do, because I hate winter. And,
yet you live in the coldest place.
I know. Even in Georgia, where, it's pretty temperate, like the beginning of Pisces season in Georgia is some of the most treacherous weather, because in February in Georgia, it can be 31 one day, 82 the next, 12 the next. Like, it's inexplicable. It's all over the place. And in Michigan, where I am now, it's miserable. And I grew up here, and it's just February and March is like, you've already been through 3.5, 4 months of winter. You're so ready to be done. And it's also, being a heavily water sign person myself, find this to be a time of year where you're darker, not necessarily darker, but like those kind of
I mean,
emotions
yeah,
come into play. Like,
they're like the ones that the subconscious, unconscious. You know what I mean? Like they're in there. You just don't really ever want to wade in those waters right away. And but like you said, we're coming to the close of the end of the zodiac, and so we want to kind of release and really
yes.
get through that, because then we start at the beginning with Aries season, where it's the spring equinox, everything is fresh, everything is new, and you don't want to hang on to any kind of residual of that kind of energy. And I believe the 12th house, which rules the sign of Pisces, also rules like a lot of karma or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of shadowy, hidden, like you said, energy. But why not cleanse it, right?
Yeah. And this is a good time of year is, so the next month or so to
Mm-hmm.
reflect on what has happened in the last year and what you're looking forward to for the spring and summer months
Mm-hmm.
and how we
Plants.
go ahead.
I said plants.
Plants, yes, plants. What plants you're gonna grow in your yard this year in pots or whatever. Um, but yeah, and do some reflecting and releasing. It's kind of treat the whole you know next month or so like it's the day before a new moon. Just like let go of anything left that's not in your best interest, because I promise you the murkier spiritual side of all of those
Mm-hmm.
things that are just annoying or just a little off is just going to be worse. Like you know what I mean? Like Pisces season allows those borders to be more porous, and you might
Mm-hmm.
find things irritating you or getting under your skin that wouldn't normally bother you as much, but like pay
Yeah.
attention to that, and if you can change something around it, like it's a good time to
Like
try and figure that out.
like as they say, the veil is super thin, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
I do want to answer a question that actually hopped in the chat because it's kind of continuous. And someone asked, what is a waning moon? And the waning moon comes after the full moon. So the full moon happens, and we are kind of celebrating all of our wins and letting go and kind of not necessarily mourning our losses, but learning from them, turning those L's into lessons. And then we hit the waning, and it's time to receive all of the things that we let go. And it's just like a really, again, kind of going more stiller period, receiving, reflect, like just kind of
Releasing
yeah.
too.
Full moon energy is a lot. And so afterwards you want to just kind of like take in what you've absorbed, receive it, and just, be present for the
Hmm.
receiving. You know what I mean? You don't have to do too much. Because like after that, you're just kind of breathing, reflecting up until you get to the new moon. So this is just the time to kind of be in just a very receptive mode and not too much action.
Hmm. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. The time for action-based magic is the week leading up to the full moon and the full moon
Yeah.
itself, depending on
Yeah.
what type of energy you're trying to work with or how much of it you're willing to test. And the waning moon period and into the dark moon is, like you said, a time to, okay, I'm able to receive the karma I'm getting from
Mm-hmm.
the waxing and new moon time and full moon, and also what can I let go of that's
Yeah.
just no longer
If the
serving me.
moon teaches us anything, it's what goes around comes around. So it's always gonna that those phases will always come around. So
Hmm.
just be present about that.
Yeah, great question. Thank you, Carrie
Mm.
Doll 14.
Yes.
Carrie, we stand
Yes.
an Aries queen.
Oh, yeah, your
Hmm.
season's coming up. Looks like you need to
Yay.
get up. Looks like you need to come on the show, girl. Shoot us the email. The
Yeah,
Zodiac Chatline at gmail.com. Sounds like your season coming up.
that's right.
Just saying.
All right. So,
She said, "Hi, hey, girl."
um,
I'm serious though.
question from the comments from J with 5, Janine, a fellow fire sign Leo queen there, talking about the Leo full moon. Should this Leo be
Skirt.
scared,
What?
nervous?
Well, I'll let you go first on this one.
My first answer is no.
Okay.
Don't be scared of a full moon. I don't think any of us need to be scared of the full moon, but we do need to be mindful of it. And I think if you hear that the moon is full in your own sign,
Hmm.
expect that all of the wildest parts of your personality could be tested or brought out. And you know what traits you have from your sign. And so be on the lookout for those. And as Tanae mentioned, with this full moon in Leo that we just passed, I certainly had my ego tested. I don't know about anybody else in the chat, but I had to take a step back and realize that the answer to it was to channel the Aquarius energy. How can I make it about the group and not about me?
What?
And that worked out in my favor.
Always.
So, um, but no, you if you find out the moon is full in your sign, I mean, you also stand to heighten all the best powers you have,
Oh my gosh,
like feel
yes.
especially magnetic. And if you can really feel yourself, do that. I
Yes.
got all of my
Listen.
feelings on the Cancer full moon. It's
Listen, when I tell you I roared at the full moon more than once or twice or three times, it felt so good, and all of that energy just had to got to be released, and it's a powerful energy, and you know, this is like the one of the last full moons in the middle of winter because after this the Virgo full moon is still going to be closer to Aries season, so we're going to be much closer to the spring when that pops up. So like this is that last fiery full moon to just let it all out. And I think for Leos it went one of two ways, to be honest with you. It was either an amazingly beautiful full moon, your ego was stroked just as equally as others,
just exactly the
or
way you like it.
yeah, like you just
Mm-hmm.
or you had a really large ego check. As a friend and I used to call it a big bucket of ice in the face, because that is quite the reality
That's the
check.
weather that's happening outside right now.
That's reality check. So I encourage you to always think that, just know that whatever energy you have put out will always come back, especially at the full moon. And, you know, use the best qualities of that sign towards the full moon, not the shadow qualities. But it's much easier for the shadow qualities to pop up in a full moon because everything gets illuminated. So,
Mm.
dig deep. Meditation is great on a full moon, especially in your sign. Baths, like salt baths and like really cleansing, finding your own inner peace and energy is really good for your sign. She said, so that's why I keep getting ghosted. Are you dating a bunch of air signs? I'm just kidding. Um,
We'll talk all about it.
Janine, girl, give us 2 weeks. We got you. And a lot of times, Janine, ghosted is God's protection and redirection, girl. It is just not for you. They not on your level.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Mm-hmm.
that. They're not on your level.
Yep. What's meant for you won't miss you.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so see, do you want to go to another?
Yeah, let's do the
Okay.
next question from email. Is it better to have a variety of constellations in your chart? I'll pass you
Well,
first pass.
so I would like to think of it as planets and signs in your chart. Constellations, I feel, are more like an astronomy, and I don't know exactly to specifically to speak to that. I'll speak to like the signs and the planets, you
And we
know?
can say that the 12 signs of the zodiac are constellations, but of course, there's a whole bunch more constellations that aren't represented in the zodiac because they don't sit around our solar system in a nice circle that provides us all of these reference points for where the planets are. That's why we choose those 12
Yeah.
constellations that we reference. So yeah,
So basically, yeah. So basically, out of 12, you'll have 10 planets, or out of the 10 planets, there's only 12 places they can go. So you're never going to have all your planets in all the signs. It just depends. Like it's arbitrary, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like everything happens in time, and so certain planets are in certain signs during when you were born, and some are not. There are some people we have met who have 5 planets in one hot sign and maybe another sign, and then the rest of their chart is completely empty. But I feel like when you're born, your spirit comes in and you choose the lessons that you need and you choose the energies that you need to come in with to kind of thrive and survive. And then the other ones that you don't have, it's just not your focus. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna experience those things in your life. It's just not your main focus. You need to kind of evolve and develop in the certain areas that you find that are highlighted within having your sun, you know, in and Mercury and Venus and like 4 or 5 planets in Sagittarius, you know, and all that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, to say if it's better or worse, there's no saying that. Every
No.
person is, you know, made up of so many different things that make up who they are and their journey and what they're going to become. And, you know, yeah, maybe you're more balanced if you have a wider variety of signs represented, but there's a way that you could have a lot of signs represented that's also very out of balance. And there are ways that you could only have a few signs represented in your chart that would still be very balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, what you do with any of the energetic gifts or challenges depends very much on you and the choices you make.
Absolutely.
So like
it is,
none of it's better or worse.
The universe reflects your energy back to you. So you can either like live in the lighter part of that energy or you can live in the shadow part. And that's why I think Cass and I like to just explain to you, like, sometimes you do live in shadow energy. It's just kind of what it is. We're, you know, spiritual beings having human experience, and sometimes shit's just fucked up and you're like, all right, switch.
I'm not gonna be nice.
Right. Switch. It's a wrap now, you know, and you just go ham on it. And you just have to realize like that, you know that. But I feel becoming self-aware of that and knowing that like that's never gonna get you anywhere in the long term for the good. But you know, in a moment, sometimes people need to just be let them know like you're not the one. But you know, that might be their lesson. That might be their lesson. As they roll up on you and they go, oh, and God goes, all right, you're not gonna mess with this one, though. Bow.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I think we got a question coming in. Oh my goodness. So I have a question coming in. It says, just for fun and because I'm watching the movie in the background, Ace Ventura is a blank sign.
Oh my God, Austin. That's gotta be, is it Awesome Couch who sent that?
No, Carrie, I think sent that. Carrie Doll?
Really?
Yeah,
oh my God, that's funny.
Carrie Doll. Yeah, Carrie Doll 14. I'm sorry. That's the Aries Queen. I'm sorry, Gosh said it. Carrie Doll 14. Just for fun, and because I'm watching a movie in the background, as the Aries is watching the movie in the background while you're watching us, dang girl.
Ace Ventura feels like very Gemini energy to me. Just a lot of talking out of, you know, out of both and all sides of his mouth. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've never seen that movie in its entirety. I, especially as a young woman, hated like what I deemed like dumb humor, like Dumb and Dumber and like anything like that.
2 Jim Carrey movies you have not named in a row.
Yeah, yet I loved The Truman Show, but you know,
I was
totally
a fan when he was
vibe.
on In Living Color. Way different vibe. But I guess nobody would know him unless he wasn't. Black History Fact on In Living Color.
Shout out to Jim Carrey.
Yeah, no. Shout out to the Wayans, Keenan Ivory Wayans, and his brother, the Wayans brothers. Keenan and Damon Wayans. Shout out to them for Black History Month. But yeah, I would totally agree with Cassie. I was gonna say Gemini or like. No, yeah, Gemini. Even like the dress, the way you dress. Like I've only seen snippets. It's not something I've ever watched. But oh, my cousin, hey cousin. And then I saw my friend Carrie join. We're on a Q&A. I'm just gonna say hi to whoever. But I definitely think. But Jim Carrey, I think, is a Virgo or something like that. Like he's hyper enlightened. Yeah, I think he's super enlightened.
Oh yeah, he's on some very spiritual shit right now.
Yeah, he's on the don't try Jim Carrey.
Right.
And he's Canadian, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, did I get it? Boom, boom, boom. What I say? What did he say? What did he say? It's on here somewhere. Oh, he's a Capricorn.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. That's actually quite interesting. And
Well,
not
he must have recognized that as a gift very early on and was like, I'm going to go with this. This is the thing that's going to take me to the
yeah.
top.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating. Okay, so next question
Mm-hmm.
from Michelle Grams,
What?
aka my mom.
Oh, we got the mama. Okay, okay.
If you hear the moon is in your sign, how
hmm
does that affect you?
So, this would determine what phase the moon with it was in. So, the moon travels through each sign every 2.5 days, I think, or something like that, give or take, maybe a day,
Yeah,
a
it
day.
switches signs every
Yeah.
2 to 3 days.
And every year in your sun sign, you will get a new moon. When this comes around, hallelujah, praise Jesus. This is like your new year. This is the manifestation. This is what you want. This is the energy that you crave because it is time, because the sun is more than likely in your sign at that time and the moon. So you can use all of those combined amazing energies together to manifest. If it is a full moon phase, as we talked about when Janine asked about the Leo energy, it is usually a huge reality check because it's the opposite. So whatever you manifested for the new moon, now your full moon, it's what has happened since that. Because your full moon in your sun sign will probably be about 6 months later because it's going to be in your opposite sign sun sign, if that makes any sense. So my full moon, I'm an Aquarius sun. The full moon in Leo was the other day. My full moon will not be until Leo season in August. And so whatever I manifested on the Aquarius new moon, I'm going to check it come August. That's a good time period. And if you think about it in reality, that's a good time period to be able to like assess progress and give yourself small steps to achieve a longer goal. I like using the moon phases and the equinoxes as great goal setting. Cassie knows that. That's what just
Mm-hmm.
we do. It's like working with the energies. What do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree. You have to, if you hear the moon is in your sign, you got to look and see what phase the moon is in to figure out, how to use that. And the two most important like moons um in your sign are going to be the new moon, which will happen around your birthday, somewhere in that range, and then your full moon, which, yeah, as you said, will happen 6 months later. And I completely agree. And just in general, working with, you work with the cycle of the moon within the month, start with the new moon and whatever. But also, to your point, you check in with the moon at times where its energy is significant to you personally.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's the new moon in your sign, that's like your new year, your personal new year. And using those equinoxes and solstices as like quarterly and 6 month and yearly check-ins, I think is exactly what a good witch should be doing. It is, it's
How
enough
the
time to
magic,
kind of
yeah. This is a live Q&A, so if anybody that is watching right now has any questions, please do not hesitate to drop them in the chat or hit this lovely question button. I don't know how that works, but you've been sending them. I've been sending them. I'm just being,
right. I guess it's a way to be, if you wanted to be anonymous, you could do
yeah,
that
you
that
can send it
way.
through. But hey to everybody. By the way, Cuzzo, tell Big Dave happy birthday. I saw he was right there on the tail end. Happy birthday. But thank you to everybody that has joined so far. If you guys have any questions, drop them in. What else?
Yeah. I did we have
Oh
shit.
yeah, we do have what we had a suggestion that we would name, but I don't know if you want
Oh
to do
no.
that.
This is what we need to do. While you all are thinking of questions and I'm trying to remember the question that we got asked, is we need to talk about Dan the Hairman official's game suggestion and go through the signs as articles of clothing.
This
So,
is yes.
Tanae, since
Yes.
you are taking the air and fire signs, get us
Yes.
started off.
All right, so for Aries, I have a racing helmet.
Why would Aries be a racing helmet?
I mean, they're always going somewhere. They're always fast, and they're probably not the safest drivers. And at least it's a safety thing. But to me, like, I think of speed racers when I think of Aries. I think of fast. I think of daredevils. Like, they would be the daredevils to just put on. So that's why I put a racing helmet for Aries.
I completely agree. It makes perfect sense. So Taurus, I would be a cashmere turtleneck
Yeah.
in a
Oh,
tasteful neutral.
yes. Yes. Earth tone.
Has to be earth tone, has to touch the neck, has to feel great, be too expensive for what it is, but be beautiful and dry clean only.
Not and dry clean only.
Girl, of
Okay.
course.
Right? Okay. So I have Gemini, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I put multicolored gloves.
Oh, finger and everything.
Well, yeah, you know, Gemini is really
They got a finger and everything.
listen, Geminis rule the hands and they rule
Mm,
Mercury, and I feel fairly certain that most Gemini placements talk with their hands. And the
mm-hmm.
multicolor leads to the multicolor faceted sides of two of them and all of the different ways they can tangle what they say.
Oh, sure. Yes. That's brilliant. Yes, I agree with that totally. Um, for Cancer, I a Snuggie,
Oh,
preferably printed with a cartoon of their childhood. So like, for me, like a My Little Pony Snuggie, that would be.
yes. I would pick a Care Bear Snuggie.
Oh, Care Bears. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, cargo shorts. That's a good one. Okay. Okay. With all the pockets. But all the okay, okay. We have honorable mention for cargo shorts for Gemini. Word.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my turn for Leo?
Yes.
Okay, so I have it has to be sheer see-through dress or shirt.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Because we focus on the heart space, but all I
Mm,
can think of is J Lo in that dress, and then
mm,
just like I think Jason Momoa is in like a sheer like I can just think of like this sheerness, like look at my prettiness under all
mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
that.
Where there's just like silky pockets over the nipples.
There we go. There
Yep,
we go.
yep.
I
I
like
feel
it.
that for sure. Um, Virgo, weirdly, awesome couch. I almost picked cargo shorts for Virgo because they're very practical. And ultimately, I picked a motorcycle jacket because it is also very
Mm-hmm.
practical. A lot of zippered pockets, clean lines, like all the details are very attended to in a motorcycle jacket. And it projects an image of toughness for people who aren't necessarily they might have a soft,
They look cool
Tootsie
though.
Roll inner share. They inner core. To share.
So for Libra, I picked silk pajamas.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Because, you know, aesthetics, Libra's like, just as Taurus is ruled by Venus, Libra is ruled by Venus, and they have quality, aesthetic wise, and like quality.
Yep.
And if anybody gonna be in some silk pajamas, it's gonna be a Libra, so
Mm-hmm.
they can charm your panties thongs off.
That's right. It's got to feel good for them, for you. It's got to match the
Yes,
room.
all of
Yes.
that.
Perfect. For Scorpio, a harness.
Yes,
Just
with the matching collar.
yes. Yeah, ball gag, some chaps
Yes, let's get
maybe.
yes, open booty.
Yes, any S&M gear, vegan leather or regular leather, depending,
Yes,
on the Scorpio's needs.
yes.
Yes.
Hello,
Hmm.
hello. Okay, for Sagittarius, I picked cowboy boots.
Ooh, okay.
Um,
Traveling around the world.
well, I always think of Sagittariuses as the centaurs and the horses,
Hmm.
and cowboy boots are actually quite durable, and a lot of people like them as far as like the people that wear cowboy boots wear cowboy boots, but they last long and they travel all the like distances. Like they're known to be very, and that's good old Sag. They are known to be peace out.
Yeah. And they want one pair of shoes to take
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah,
Not
right.
a lot, just the one. Capricorn, a navy blue suit. Not a black suit because they're not like trying to get.
They're
They're
not
not. They're not
Scorpios.
trying to look fancy for you. Okay, they're trying to look professional, business professional. Navy blue suit, nice cut because they don't want to have to buy another one.
Oh my God. That's a good one. I like that
Practical.
a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, so for Aquarius, I picked a unicorn onesie because only an Aquarian would feel like they're a unicorn, wear the onesie in public because it was comfortable and they could do everything they needed to in it. So
Yeah, they would wear it. Yeah, definitely. They could go hang out at Cancer's house in the Snuggie after they're
listen,
done. Because Cancer's not going out in public. Let's
no,
just be
no,
real. They're
no,
staying
no.
at home.
Yeah. Nope, the Aquarius. I'll be there in a minute, girl. Going to the.
I'll go to the bank first and
Yep.
then I'll go hang
They'd
out.
be like, there's somebody in a unicorn snuggie at the. Oh, that's just tonight.
Pisces is one of those like crocheted bathing suit covers, like a piece of clothing that looks like it was a net in the ocean first. You know,
like a mermaid got caught.
yes, like something that Ariel would wear when she first washed up on
I
shore in The Little
love
Mermaid.
that. That's oh my God, that's really good. I think Carrie Doll dropped another question. Hold on,
Oh,
I gotta read it. Okay. Carrie Doll 14, who is like our homie today. I love it
yes,
though.
thank you,
Chat up with
Carrie.
us. So Aries is a March slash April time, but I think you said we are moving into Pisces. How does that all work? Also, helmet plus Aries equals correct co-signed my entire day. Girl, I love that I have co-signed your entire day. I'm an Aries moon, so I get it. So you want to take that?
Sure. So, when we talk about the seasons for each sign, we're talking about where the sun is, like what sign the sun is moving through. And that's what all of us know as our classic, like, sign is our sun sign. And the sun stays in each sign for about 28-ish, 29-ish days. And they go in, the same order every year. So the sun is leaving Aquarius tomorrow and going to move into Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. And then we get to Aries, start over at the top of the zodiac, and it goes Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, back to Pisces.
You better have that down by heart.
I did it from the Beyonce song. I wanted to sing it, but we don't sing copyrighted music on this show, my babies.
And it is true
the hill I'll die
on. That Aries starts on the spring equinox on March 20th, and it goes all the way till like April 18th, 19th. So it's usually most signs are halfway in one month and halfway in the other, because you have March Aries, which people will tell you are different from April Aries, and like February Pisces are different from March Pisces. It is true. So it really does make a difference because of okay, this might be a little bit much, but I'm going there because that's how my brain works. But I love y'all. But it just depends on kind of what degrees and weeks you're born within that sign, and that gives you another ruling energy. So it just kind of depends. But I'm telling you, Carrie, when you email us and we read you, we will go so far into detail. You will probably be like, okay, y'all, just kidding. Slow down. Actually, an Aries is going to tell us to slow down. That should be funny.
Yeah, right. Let's pick this up. Let's pick up the pace here.
Yeah. She's like, okay, so anyways, how do I win? How
right.
How do I be first? Yes, girl, we read your whole life right now. I can just feel it. You and Ace Ventura. Okay.
Is there another question coming in?
Oh my God, Homie the Clown. Since In Living Color came up, what's Homie the Clown? Ooh, that's a good
Wait,
one.
what was his like catchphrase that he
Homie,
I
don't
feel
play that.
I feel like he's a Capricorn.
I was gonna say he was mean. But would a Capricorn put clown face on?
Ooh, he was making money off of it, right?
Uh, not really. He was like, no, not really. No.
Mm.
You said he was making money off of it. I was like,
I
no.
mean, because yeah, I didn't.
Homie the Clown might be a wounded Pisces.
Ooh.
Listen, because hear me out. Because Pisces try to be the most loving, sweet energy, but when they are wounded and they are just mean. And they kind of like Rihanna is a perfect example of a Pisces you don't want to fuck with because y'all see Rihanna like she is the most unbothered. And at this point, I believe she has managed her emotions to the point where she's like, I'm not even gonna flip on y'all like that. But I think I think a Pisces would would dress up and be like, bam, and he doesn't take the whole thing, and look it around. Homie, don't play.
Male water signs too can get if they get deep in their shadow side,
I was
it
gonna
can
say
be some toxic stuff.
maybe a Scorpio girl. I want to be Rihanna's baby mama, whatever. But I mean, I guess I could be her when I grow up, but I'd rather be her extra friend. I love you too, ASAP. Um, a Scorpio. Actually, he could be a Scorpio too, just with the darkness of like the
Mm.
clown.
Mm-hmm.
But dang, you bring it back. So thank you for reiterating the Black History, bringing it back up. Um,
Yes, back to Black
so
History.
before we get out of here, just a couple things to know. One, thank you so much.
This has
Um,
been a lively
this
Q&A,
has
y'all.
been the best. So please, every Thursday, come back and just chop it up with us. We will be here in the chat. We have a little bit of a topic, but we send us questions all week. We are always keeping track of any questions that we get asked. Um, Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell your mama, tell your mama's friends, tell your daddy's friends. If you ain't got none of them, just tell your peoples, tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend, all your extra ones, your pansexuals, whatever. Um, just get
Your
everybody.
thruples, your
Listen,
truples.
you guys see how entertaining we are. Get people to subscribe and watch this because you love us. And most of you know us in real life, so you know this is real. So I want to thank everybody for always doing that and subscribing. Another side note, I just want to dedicate this show to my mother. And yes, so that's all we're going to say on that. And I will be. Do you have anything else to say before I get to
Nope.
the? Okay.
Let's pull the card. We'll see
Here
you
we
on
go.
Sunday.
All right, so we're going to pull from the Soul's Journey because we are transiting. These are the lesson cards by James Van Praagh. And since we are transiting from Pisces to, I'm sorry, messing it up, transiting from Aquarius to Pisces, it feels like Aquariuses are usually quite, Aquarius season after Capricorn season becomes quite introspective and quite about the community. And then, as we spoke of earlier at the top of the show, Pisces season will allow us to delve into those shadowy sides and kind of cleanse all of our energies before what? Aries season. And I see my cousin, Miss Coco Brown. She's also an Aries. So we got Carrie. We got, look at that. All these people up in the building. So ladies and Miss Awesome Couch, I think you are a Gemini, please. The Zodiac Chatline at gmail.com. We will love to have you on the show. We have plenty of room. Just hit us up. I will make sure that y'all get on. Okay. Dan, what's up, boo? You missed it. But you're going to watch it back. We love Dan. Dan the Handman Dan the Hairman official just joined. He was the one that asked us to do the signs as articles of clothing. So we did for him. Dan, shout out to you. That was all
Shout
for
out to
you.
the YouTube watch we're about to get when you watch it later tonight.
Make sure you guys like all of our YouTubes, not just go ahead and follow the channel, but go for it and like them. All right, here we go. Ooh, look at that.
health. All
Right.
right.
I think that's a great thing. It's a good time of year.
Yes.
I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. That is a great combination of energy from right now moving through to Pisces season.
Mm-hmm. And a nice reminder as we go through Pisces season and get in our feelings and
Say
our
it.
depression, stay
Stay good.
grounded, stay in your
Hello.
body,
Hello.
stay in your body.
Go take a little, the best thing you could ever do, walk outside barefoot for 2 seconds. Just barefoot. Take some breath. Keep going. Mm-mm. I was handling this very extra Leo moon powered winter storm. Baby, we talked about it. When you watch the YouTube, let us know. We was with you on that Leo full moon. Dan the Hairman official is a Leo. He was on our very first premiere show, and he has just spoken of his Leo full moon. So, guys, take our advice. All right, here we go. Your body is your temple, and you are responsible for its care. You have chosen to incarnate in this physical dimension to learn certain lessons, and if you don't maintain the physical vehicle that your soul has chosen, then you are sabotaging your own plan. Your health is a vital element for your soul's progress, and you should never take it for granted. Be sensible about nourishment and exercise. You could be a sensitive being who must be conscious of your surroundings because you can easily be drained by people, places, or things. Always make a ritual of protection and cleansing before you work with a client, or just bring your mind back to your heart throughout the day to rejuvenate. This card may also signify a desire to assist other beings through physical or emotional healing work. You may be involved professionally in the medical fields, body work, or psychiatry and counseling. Or maybe you're just a good listener who possesses sage advice. If you or someone you know inherited a congenital disease, past life work may be of some benefit. So Cassie, I think this is a shout out to you and me, for real, for real.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
definitely think it's a good reminder, and I felt good doing that. And I was in my feelings in the full moon. I'm gonna be honest, the Leo full moon was a little bit rough.
Girl.
But getting out, roaring into a pillow because I didn't want to freak my neighbors out, and just breathing in the very cold air, touching the snow, it was helpful. And yeah, staying in my body.
Yeah,
It's been a big lesson.
it is easy right now with every bit of stimulation that we have at our fingertips to literally get lost in our screens, get lost in thinking about what's happening in 3 days, get lost in what happened, and staying very present. And our health tends to suffer if our mind never gets sleep, if our body never gets sleep. Like what happens to you and how it works for you is the best way. So just okay, cool. I was like, something happened. So our
Yeah, fun. We
so
gotta wrap it
our
up because my phone's about to die. So.
word. Okay. But yes, so thank you guys so much. We love you. We will see you on Sunday with another special guest. And it will be, I will say this, it will be a Pisces to open Pisces season.
Whoop, whoop.
So thank you guys so much. Subscribe to our channels. Thank you for all the likes, all that, all that. We love you. Cassie, couldn't do this without you, girl. We'll want to.
I love you so much.
It's always love. Peace.
Bye.